Skinny fat. Let's talk about that. What exactly is skinny fat? Simply put, it is when you are both fat and skinny at the same time. Some people have this appearance of being skinny, except they lack a bit or a lot of muscle mass, to be honest with you. And they tend to have really soft bellies and they store a lot of belly fat. Interestingly, there are some people who appear to be overweight or obese that have a high amount of muscle fiber, and they're in better health than people who are skinny fat because they do exercise. The big problem with being skinny fat is your risk for disease is just as high as if you were morbidly obese, because you don't have a lot of muscle mass and you don't disregard your health. And a lot of this pertains to somebody's natural genetics. So some people are naturally skinny and they don't have a lot of muscle. So they don't have this appearance of being unhealthy. But in reality, it doesn't matter if you're obese or if you're overweight or if you're skinny fat. All of those categories can kind of fall into the same place, and your risk for disease can be increased in all situations. Even if you don't look like you're fat, you still might have a lot of visceral fat around your stomach, which is the dangerous fat that packs around your organs. And you could look skinny from the outside, but you can be fat on the inside. That is very dangerous, my friends. So, how do we turn the tables and how do we flip the switches and make things more enjoyable in life for people who are skinny fat? Well, it's quite simple. We need to start doing strength training. Ideally, we focus on the compound movements out there. Clean and presses, bench presses, squats, lunges, deadlifts, kettlebell Turkish get-ups, military presses. Any kind of exercise that involves multiple joints, multiple muscles moving at once is going to help build muscle. When we build muscle, we burn more fat on a 24-hour span of time every single day because it contributes to a higher and faster metabolism. That is going to contribute to getting rid of some of the visceral fat and the subcutaneous fat, which is right under the skin, regardless if you're skinny fat or if you're just plain old obese. So pretty much the same rules apply if you're skinny fat or if you're obese or if you're somewhere in the middle being overweight. And of course, we want to do cardio too. Don't listen to that nitwit that goes around saying cardio makes you fat. No, cardio does not make you fat. Any type of cardio is going to burn fat and it's going to burn calories, and it's going to help you get rid of some of any adiposity that you have that you don't want. So, start with power walking, then do some jogging, then do some hill sprints, then do some hiking with a backpack on. You want to talk about a good workout? I've been training for the Grand Canyon the past couple weeks, and I've been wearing weights on my back, going up on these massive hikes with my girlfriend, and I'm telling you what, even wearing 5 to 10 pounds of excess weight on your back and doing a hike is way different than doing it with zero weight. It feels like there's an elephant standing on your back. And believe me, the effect I got after that was unbelievable through the roof. I had a lot more work done on my legs and my core, and I was just commenting to my girlfriend how it felt more like a strength workout than it did just cardio. So it was a good 1-2 punch. So if you really want to amp up your efforts, if you happen to be skinny fat, put some weight on your back and then go do some hikes and do some hill repeats or hill sprints or hill power walks and watch what happens. Magic is going to happen, my friends. So that's another ancillary way of trying to get rid of any fat you have and build more muscle. Also, let's talk about diet. Obviously, we want to eat clean. You can eat a ton of nachos platters and chili dogs and burgers and not gain an ounce, and pizza and ice cream and have it late at night, and some of you out there won't gain an ounce of weight, or you'll just maintain your weight and you'll still remain skinny and out of shape at the same time, because perhaps you're still secretly an ectomorph where you have a hard time putting on weight, but you can be in horrible shape and still appear skinny or skinny fat. So let's clean up the diet, all right? Let's focus on balance. A good source of protein, a quality source of carbs, a quality source of fat in every single meal you eat. And I don't care if you do time-restricted eating, if you eat 2 meals a day, 1 meal a day, 6 meals a day. I don't particularly like 6 or 8 meals a day. I'm not a grazer. That's way behind me. I did that years ago. And it is not beneficial for optimal health, in my opinion. But if you still want to believe that's good, that's fine. As long as you're eating healthy. Start with that step right there. Eat clean, balanced meals. No processed carbs, no processed sugar, not a ton of alcohol. A little bit is okay. 1 or 2 drinks a day, totally fine. Glass of wine with friends, being sociable, okay, great. But don't go excessively with the processed carbs, the simple carbs, the high amounts of white bread and white flour, high amounts of alcohol, high amounts of sugar and sweets. Hey, believe me, I've got a sweet tooth. I absolutely love sweets. But I get clean ones. I get stuff that's sweetened with monk fruit and non-negligible sweeteners that aren't going to spike my blood sugar. The whole key to weight loss and weight maintenance is keeping your blood sugar and insulin levels balanced. And if you have constantly a high amount of simple carbs and alcohol, you're constantly spiking your blood sugar, and then you're constantly spiking insulin. Insulin is a fat storage hormone. Do the math. You're going to hang on to the fats. We want to get rid of it. So, focus on balance with your meals. Eat clean foods. Salads with salmon on top, and scrambled eggs with a bunch of vegetables mixed in between. And you can throw hard-boiled eggs into your salads. You can have, I don't know, you can even have healthy burritos. If you get low-carb wraps and fill them up with like really good quality chicken that's hormone antibiotic free and a bunch of vegetables, and you can roll them up and wrap them up, and dip them in salsa. That's a fantastic meal right there. Just think in terms of clean, healthy food as close to Mother Nature as possible. Now, let's talk about hydration. Drink a lot of water. Avoid all the sweetened beverages. We've already talked about alcohol, but avoid high amounts of soda during the day. Do you know how many teaspoons of sugar there is in a 12-ounce can of soda? Approximately 28 grams, which equals about 7 teaspoons, I believe. No, or maybe it's 11. I think it's 11. 11 teaspoons of sugar in a 12-ounce can of soda. So if you just take a canister of sugar and a teaspoon and you go like this into a bowl 11 times, stare at that. And then say to yourself, oh my God, that's how much sugar there is in 12 ounces of soda. And I drink 33 ounces every single day, a liter. So you can just go ahead and basically triple that amount if you drink that much soda. That really spikes your blood sugar. That really contributes to weight gain because your insulin is going to go through the roof. And we go back to point A, which is insulin is a fat storage hormone. We want to keep blood sugar and insulin as stable as possible. So get rid of all those beverages. If you want to go diet first, that's fine. Be careful of the artificial sweeteners. I'm not a fan of those, but at least it's 0 calorie. That's your first step out right there. Then look for a healthy alternative to that diet soda, which there are plenty out there. And if you want to know more details about them, please hit me up. And by the way, if you're digging this video so far, make sure to like and share, and also subscribe to our page. Also, lastly, make sure to get adequate sleep. You know what happens when you go to sleep and you have good sleep, good quality sleep? Your metabolism goes up, your body burns fat efficiently, your hormones are balanced the next day that you wake up, human growth hormone is released, you recover faster from all your daily events, including your weight training and all your strength training, your cardio and everything else. Magic happens when you get good quality sleep. And ghrelin and leptin become balanced. If you don't get quality sleep and you try to burn the midnight oil and you're up late at night watching David Letterman reruns, and you get 3 to 4 hours of sleep on a nightly basis, the next day, ghrelin and leptin are all jacked up. Ghrelin is your hunger stimulating hormone. Ghrelin goes through the roof, you become more hungry in the middle of the day, and you're more apt to pig out on things that you don't want to be eating, okay? If you get good quality sleep, ghrelin and leptin stay balanced. Leptin is your hunger stabilizing hormone. So if ghrelin is up here, you're hungry, and then when you start eating, this starts happening. Leptin starts coming up, and your hormones become balanced, and you're good to go. If you get good quality sleep, then these two hormones are going to stay more in balance, and you're not going to be tempted to eat as much or as often during the day the next day. So make sure you focus on good quality sleep. And lastly, to avoid being skinny fat or to get rid of it, you need to get rid of all the toxic people, places, things, and stuff in your life that cause angst or anger or toxicity. You get rid of all the toxic things and your body goes into homeostasis, which is a point of balance. Again, it's all about balance in the end. We want to balance our meals, we want to balance our exercise, we want to balance strength training with cardio, and we want to balance our sleep and our lifestyle. Don't overwork yourself, don't overtax your endocrine system, and try to get into balance. That's the key. All right, my friends? So that right there is the big, long speech on skinny fat. And again, it doesn't matter if you're a couple pounds overweight or if you're obviously overweight and you have 100 pounds to lose. It's all pretty much the same when it comes to a health perspective. Just appearance does not always meet the eye of what you think. So focus on your strength training, focus on your cardio, get your good sleep, get your quality meals in, throw in some fasting if you're interested. Time restricted eating is plenty and that's good enough. 15 to 16 hours of fasting a day. And also don't eat late at night. That's one more zinger I'm going to throw in there. Okay? Until next time, this is Kevin David Rail, Chief Fitness Advisor for Wild Warrior Nutrition. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to hit me up.